Right now at 11, the search for a suspect who made off with a cash register at a store that tries to help people who are struggling. Plus, caught on camera, firefighters scramble to save dozens of birds, while the owner of this Beaverton business is grateful but now fretting about the future. And later,
this was Darcel's way of thanking the folks.
a look at the Portland Christmas traditions that are all about giving back. Good evening, everyone. David Molko with you on this very foggy Christmas Eve on a day where we thankfully avoided significant gusty winds, with tonight, other than that visibility, no reports of any major issues. Something to be grateful for. Let's get right to Celine Stevens in for Matt tonight. Celine, Merry Christmas. First things first, how is tomorrow looking?
David, Merry Christmas, and it's looking pretty good. We're not dealing with any widespread rainfall. It'll be pretty mild temperatures. A little foggy outside right now. No fog advisory or anything like that, though. Just some typical fog. 41 degrees is where we're sitting at the moment. And so looking at temperatures across the map, it's definitely cooled off a bit from earlier today. Right now sitting at, as we saw, 41 here, 39 in Vancouver, 34 degrees over in Hillsborough. So we're seeing the 30s. Portland should be hitting the 30s by early tomorrow morning. Looking along the coast right now, temperatures also in the upper 30s in Tillamook, mid 40s over in Newport. So a chilly night this Christmas Eve. Looking at our watches and warnings, we do have this winter weather advisory that's going to affect early Friday morning, lasting till Saturday afternoon for the central and northern Oregon Cascades. So obviously including Mount Hood, we could see up to 11 inches of snow on elevations above 4,000 feet. Wind gusts getting up to 40 miles per hour. So if you're traveling the day after Christmas or even that night, just watch out for that winter weather. Prepare for winter weather travel again Friday through Saturday. But looking at our Christmas morning, tomorrow starts off cool, 39 degrees. Expect some scattered showers in certain areas. As we get to noontime, again, brief showers will be the story of the day. It'll be very brief, scattered. Some places will see the moisture, other places won't. Temperatures in the mid 40s by end of day, low 50s. Overall, looks like it's shaping up to be a pretty nice Christmas.
Yeah, looking pretty good. Thanks, Celine. Well, meanwhile, millions of people in Southern California are under flood warnings as an atmospheric river barrels through, bringing heavy rains to LA County and beyond. We're going to take a closer look at the impact there, including flooded freeways, the threat of mudslides, and much, much more coming up right before your full Christmas Day forecast. That's in about 10 minutes.
Having grace in these challenging moments is difficult, but it's something that we strive for on a daily basis.
Developing this evening, a Southeast Portland thrift store that helps people who are struggling was robbed over the weekend, and now KGW has obtained the security video the nonprofit hopes will help track down the thief. Devin Haskins has the story.
It is a store full of opportunities with a mission to help those who need it most.
We have obviously a rampant homeless problem in this city, and we need to do everything we possibly can to alleviate those issues and help our brothers and sisters.
The Super Thrift store in Southeast Foster is one of 8 in Oregon. It's run by the nonprofit Adult and Teen Challenge that helps people struggling with addiction and other challenges gain work experience.
Every single dollar that we make here goes back to support our men and women in our programs.
But on Saturday night around 7:30, the store went from helping others to becoming a victim.
It didn't feel great.
Those dollars sitting in the cash register at the front of the store, grabbed in one swift move, without a care of who it was hurting.
And we were towards the end of the day, so you can imagine what those numbers might look like on a weekend day.
Minutes prior, you see the man in the bright orange sweatshirt enter the store, casually moving through the clothing aisles, unhurried.
You can see that the person was in the store for a little while, kind of lurking around and waiting for an opportunity where the register was, not busy.
Then as the employee behind the counter sits down, the man slowly walks towards the register, grabs it, and takes off out the front door.
Essentially, when something like this happens, those folks are being affected, right? And we're less effective at being able to do our job.
Unfortunately, theft and vandalism are an all too common problem here.
It's kind of an interesting problem to solve every single day. You never know what you're going to find.
And for a store built on giving second chances, even moments like these are met with grace.
Having grace in these challenging moments is difficult, but it's something that we strive for on a daily basis. And, we're trying to, put hope within reach until all live free.
The store says that they were able to get the iPad returned to them. It was found at a nearby park. Portland police said they're still looking for the man involved. In Southeast Portland, I'm Devin Haskins, KGW News.
Let's get you caught up on tonight's other headlines now, starting in Northeast Portland, where police say at least 2 people have been stabbed. Police say both people were found around 6, one near Northeast 30th and Broadway, the other near 25th and Hancock. It is unclear if they are connected. Both victims were taken to the hospital. No word on any suspects or arrests. We have some new details tonight about an attempted kidnapping in Vancouver. This is the case where police say an 11-year-old kicked the suspect in the groin. According to court documents, on December 15th, the girl had just finished playing with friends at an apartment complex when 31-year-old Jerson Hartman approached wearing a ski mask and grabbed her arm. She kicked him and ran, and later told officers she believed she was about to be kidnapped. The suspect is scheduled to appear in court next month. And in Central Oregon, investigators say spontaneous combustion is to blame for a fire that burned down a warehouse overnight. This was in Terrebonne, about 20 miles north of Bend. Authorities say the Core Botanica building was storing millions of pounds of shredded mint leaf, and crews believe the fire started in a storage bin that housed wet mint. No one was hurt, but because of the crop inside, they expect the site in Terrebonne to continue smoking for several days.
It's terrible to see it like this.
New at 11, video shows fire crews rescuing dozens of birds in Beaverton after a home that does double duty as a bird store suddenly caught fire. And while no one was hurt, including the birds, the business owner says the blaze has essentially left her broken. Jay Coulter has her story.
This is what remains of the busy bird store after last week's fire, but thankfully all the birds inside at the time were able to be rescued.
All this stuff is damaged because of smoke and water.
Beverly Moreland has owned and operated Busy Bird Store out of her Beaverton home for more than 20 years.
It's really hard to see my store like this.
She's been a bird lover since she got her first parakeet when she was only 5. And her store was a one-stop shop for food, toys, trims, and even boarding.
And I made bird toys, and I made these white swings right here. I'd made them for way many more years before the store. I made some birds like a bed to sleep in. I made those.
So when the fire sparked Wednesday night at her home near Watson and 5th Avenues, she was terrified.
A lot of them did not belong to me, that I was babysitting them, and I was really upset about that.
This body camera video shows firefighters working to rescue the birds still in their cages. Some had to be captured in nets to be moved to safety.
The next thing I know, they were carrying them out. Yep. And that was a big relief because I was so worried that I was killing someone else's bird.
Fire investigators determined the blaze sparked outside the home and the cause was accidental. And while all the birds, more than 24, survived, Moreland says she and her tenant have been displaced indefinitely, and this is probably the end for her business.
I wasn't ready to close yet. I was going to try to make it 5 more years. I'll decide in a year what I want to do. But you know, because of my age, I don't know if I should start it again, but we'll see.
In total, all 28 birds survived and are being kept in a house down the street, courtesy of a Good Samaritan. Jay Coulter, KGW News.
In an update tonight, a health clinic that serves people in the Dalles and beyond in Wasco County is now welcoming back patients, though at other locations. You may remember Adventist Health Columbia Gorge sustained some serious damage in last week's windstorm, though everyone inside managed to get out. 80% of its services have now been relocated to other facilities in the Dalles and Hood River. The building has a temporary roof now, but there's no estimate on how long repairs might take.